So welcome everyone, and good morning, as it still is morning. Although for those of you like me who are up very early, it already feels like midday. So make sure you have whatever you need handy. If you're using blocks with the practice, make sure they're nearby. And come to sit in the chair so that the seat of your chair is supporting your hips, but your spine is holding its own. Rather than leaning back on the spine, let the shoulders come in line with the hips, but without forcing it. So find some kind of a natural place where you can sit and feel balanced. Let the feet come out so that the ankles are directly below the knees, creating a chair shape with your legs. And you can place your hands palms down or palms up, whatever feels comfortable for your wrists right now. And let's start by taking a breath in through the nose. And a nice, long, slow sigh out the mouth. Take that breath again, nice deep inhale through the nose. And with this sigh, let the body relax with it. Now continue to just breathe normally. I invite you to close your eyes here if you'd like to, or keep a soft gaze. Whatever feels right for you right now. I wanted to share with you a poem by James Dillett Freeman. And I was thinking about this poem as Janine mentioned how she watched the snow come down and it was so beautiful. And then, then she thought about, all the things that go along with it and how we often change our mind and get stuck in the muck and mire when we see things and think differently about them. Right? I'm sure any child that saw that snow was elated all day long, wanting to go out and play. And the rest of us are thinking, oh boy, I got to shovel that. I've got to get my car out. So our perception has a lot to do with the way we see things. And this poem, this is an excerpt. The lake looked at the mountain and thought, oh, fortunate mountain, rising so high, while I must lie so low. You look far out across the world and take part in many interesting happenings, while I can only lie still. How I wish I were a mountain. The mountain looked at the lake and thought, oh, fortunate lake, lying so close to the warm-breasted earth, while I loom here, craggy, cold, and uncomfortable. You are always so peaceful, while I am constantly having to battle howling storm and blazing sun. How I wish I were a lake. And that is how we make our own life stories. We forget the uniqueness and specialness of what we already have and who we are. And many years ago, when those cells were dividing to create the human being you are, each one of those DNA strands were unique. And that is something that we all have to really be thankful for and to appreciate. Yet we look at the mountain and wish we were the mountain, not knowing the mountain is looking at the lake, wishing it were a lake. So yoga enables us to stay present and to look at things as the way they are. It's almost a sense of acceptance, and not an acceptance as in letting go, but it's an acceptance as in understanding. So during the practice today, when we layer, every layer is a different layer. Not one is better than another, but just different. And so if it works for you, you move into that layer. If not, stay where you are. Know what works for you and appreciate where you are each and every day. So we'll start with breathing. And let's take a breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And take your left hand and place it on your lower belly. As you breathe in, feel the belly rise into the palm. And as you exhale, imagine that breath moving towards your spine, to the back of the body as the belly deflates. Breathe into the palm of the hand, let the belly expand. And exhale, feel the breath moving back towards your spine. Take 3 more breaths like this. Full inhale. Exhale. After your last exhale, take both hands and place them outside the ribs, the thumbs to the back, the other 4 fingers facing toward the center of your body. Now as you inhale, expand laterally. Feel the rib cage open up to the sides of your body. As you exhale, feel them knitting together. So breathing in, let the belly rise. Feel the rib cage expand. Exhale, rib cage knits, belly deflates. 3 more breaths here. So we're feeling breath expand, deflate, widen, and narrow. One more breath. Now take the left palm and place it on your chest right above your heart. Take the right palm and place it on top. As you inhale, breathe into the belly first, widen the rib cage, and then notice the gentle lift of your heart. As you exhale, shoulders slightly lower, rib cage narrows, belly deflates. So breathing in this full dimensional breath. Taking 3 more here. Belly moves forward, rib cage widens, heart space lifts. And exhaling from the top down, just feeling that release. Wherever you are, let's complete 1 more round together, taking that inhale breath. And exhale, dropping the hands now down to the thighs. Bring the chin with you towards your collarbone. And then slowly inhale, begin to flutter open the eyes, bringing the chin up to neutral. And then taking a little bit of a perspective view here. Keep looking forward and just move your eyeballs to the right, as though you were trying to look out through the side of your eye. Come back to center and take the eyeballs to the left, keeping the nose in line forward. Inhale to center. Take the eyes to the right again, and this time keep them to the right and let the head come with you. Let the chin line up with the shoulder and keep gazing out the right side of your eye. And then inhale, take the head, chin, and nose center. Take the eyes to the left, keeping the nose forward first. And then take the chin with you, but let the eyes continue to look out the left side. And then inhale, bring everything back to center. Take a moment to just close your eyes, a few little flaps of the eyelids. And then inhale, lift the arms to the sky, interlace the fingers and flip the palms. Press up, reach the rib cage, narrow it here as you reach up and bring the triceps alongside the ears. Take the palms behind the head, bring them down to the base of the head, and tilt the chin up. Open the elbows here, that heart space where our hands were before comes up to the sky. As you exhale, pull the belly in, just like you do with the breath here, and draw the elbows forward towards the thighs. Inhale, taking some nice early back bends. Exhale, really round the back here for your cat-cow. Coming into one more cow pose. And exhale, chin down to collarbone, elbows to thighs. Inhale, come up to center. Extend the arms out into a T, flip the palms behind you, and press the hands towards each other. Flip the palms back here, and then inhale, rise up. Exhale, extend the arms out in front of you. Now reach the fingertips away as though you were trying to reach something in front of you, and the shoulders begin to round forward. And then pull the shoulders back in line with the rib cage. So retracting the shoulder blades, pressing them forward again, and notice your core activates here. When the arms start to come back, there's a sensation of tightening right in the middle of the belly. Exhale forward, and then inhale, bring them back. Now let's let the palms touch here. I'm going to take that right bowstring back, and exhale, take it forward. Let's take the left bowstring back. The gaze stays forward, and that right arm keeps reaching forward. So the only thing that's moving back is the upper body, the shoulders. We'll layer on here. Inhale, draw the bowstring back. And as you exhale, take your gaze, follow the fingertips, perspective to the back of the room. Let's stay here, sit up tall, and feel the ribs widen as you breathe. So let the breath fill the upper torso. And that next inhale, sweep that right arm forward. And let's take the left arm, draw the bowstring back again, staying forward with the gaze. Really reach the elbow behind you and keep it at shoulder level. And then looking towards the fingertips, expand that left arm. You can always keep the elbow bent. And remember to lift up. Next, inhale, nice and wide, long sweep of the left arm, bringing it forward. Lower the hands down to the thighs. Roll the shoulders back. And then roll the shoulders forward. Let's come to sit towards the edge of the chair. Take the feet along with you so that the ankles are once again right below the knees. Take your hands to heart center. Inhale, come to cactus. Make sure that your thumbs are in line with your ears. So take a moment here to just bring the elbows up slightly and take the hands back a little. Slight back bend. Now, as you exhale, we're going to round that back and slide the palms down. Let's rest the torso on the thighs for a moment in ragdoll. Let the head hang, release hands. Now with this inhale, slide the palms halfway up your shins, press into the shins and lengthen the spine. So continue to look downward, keep a nice long neck. Exhale, release and fold. Inhale, sweep arms, nice big wide sun circle. Exhale, hands to heart center. Layering on, inhale, bring the thumbs back towards the ears. Exhale, nice round spine, hollow belly. Inhale for your half lift. Press the hips into the chair. Lengthen the spine. Exhale to fold. Keep the left hand down. Sweep the right arm to the sky. Reach the right arm up with the next inhale. And then exhale to lower. Right arm stays, left arm sweeps up. Nice twist here. Press your feet into the ground. Reach up with that left arm. Exhale to lower. Next inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale to heart center. And we'll take one more round, inhaling. Exhaling, rolling down our sun salutations, moving energy, connecting breath with movement, moving through the flow at your own pace, following your breath, keeping left hand down, sweeping right up. Exhale to float it down, and then taking this the other way. Sweep both arms up, nice big sun circle. Exhale, hands to heart center. And let's take both arms up. Separate them shoulder width apart, and then take hold of your left wrist. Make sure your hips stay planted, and let's take a gentle side bend here. Use the connection of your wrist and fingers to gently open up here. That left tricep is above the ear. You can tuck it slightly back and bring the chin towards the ceiling. Come back to center and lift up. Separate the hands here for a moment. Let the shoulders rest down. Reach up again, and this time take hold of the right wrist and come over to your left. So that right hip is dropping down. While you're holding your wrist, opportunity to slightly tilt back. Chin lifts up. Inhale to center. Exhale, release. Let's take the legs at a 45-degree angle. So the toes are facing the corners of your room. And once again, the ankles are still beneath the knees. Take your left hand to your hip and the back of your right hand to the inside of the knee. Exhale to come down and press the inside of the leg to the back of the arm. And just like we did in the other pose, see if you can rotate that left shoulder to the sky. You can gaze down here. The perspective is yours. See what works right for you today. Inhale, slide out. Right hand to hip. Taking this on the other side. Sliding down. And I like to keep a nice long arm here. And that's where I find that connection where I can actually press the leg into the arm and help my shoulder rotate more. When I make that subtle movement, things change. Different type of feeling. Inhale to slide out. Taking that left hand back to the hip, we'll layer on here. So exhale, draws the arm down. Inhale, rotates shoulder. Option here to lift that arm to the sky. Another option, taking the hand behind the head, elbow to the sky. It just opens up in a different way. If the arm is bent, inhale to lift, place it back on the hip and rise up. And we'll take this on the other side. So finding your foundation here, really press through that left foot, keep it steady, rotating the shoulder slightly and staying right here for layer 1. Layer 2, layer 3, bending the elbow, hand comes behind the head. You might take one on one side, and if you go into it and it doesn't feel right, just come back out. Find the place that does. If the hand is behind the head, inhale to lift. Exhale, draw it back to your hip, and inhale to slide out. Now take the hands, we're going to do this later on too. So bring the hands to the thighs with the thumbs in and the 4 fingers wrapped around the outside. Take your left shoulder and bring it over to your right knee. Inhale to come up. Take the right shoulder over to the left knee. Inhale to come up. Now take that left hand, the thumb is on the inside. We're going to use that to open the thigh as you bring the shoulder down. So this time is a little bit more rotation. So push the thigh open. My arm is starting to lengthen slightly as my shoulder draws over. Inhale to center. And this time the right hand, push the thigh open slightly and then bring the shoulder over towards the knee. Maybe your arm lengthens. Inhale to center. And let's take that one more time. So opening up the thigh here. And then taking it over to your left. Inhale to center. Take both arms out into a T. Take the left hand and bring it to the inside of the right foot, right on to the sky. So like a windmill twist here. Come back to your T. Really root through those feet. And again, you might not be touching the inside of the foot. You can also place a block here or just tap the calf. Again, you want to make this work for you, using your own uniqueness. And rest the hands down. Let's toe heel the feet in. And then take both legs over to your right. So both legs are coming to the side of the chair, and you'll notice that same connection here, ankle, knee, and hips all in one line. Extend both arms out in front of you. Take the right hand and draw back that bowstring. Keep looking forward, but then follow that left arm open here. So we have a lot more room to twist behind. Inhale, slide it forward. Release that right hand. Take the left arm back and open it again. This time you're in a seated twist. Inhale, draw the arm forward. Exhale, release the hands down. Let's take that outside leg, your left leg, and bring it outside the chair. So flex the toes here. That's going to be your foundation, front foot as well. So the feet are pressing your mat or floor away. Really flex the back toes, place the right hand on the back of your chair, and push the heel to the ground. Release. Let's roll over the toes here and press the top of the foot down. So shin to the earth. Let's roll over the toes again, press the heel down. And then come forward, rolling over the toes, pressing onto the top of your foot. And take that one more time. Pressing away and rolling forward. And then come back into that flexed toe position. So take a moment to realign yourself. Keep that front foot pressing into the mat. That right hand is still on the back of the chair. Let's lift the left arm to the sky and twist towards the back of your chair. So draw that left arm across the body and bring it to the back of your chair. You can keep both of your hands holding on and use the back of the chair to twist to your right. So your gaze is right towards the back of your chair and both feet are keeping you seated in this chair, right on the seat and active. Inhale, lift that left arm to the sky. Exhale to lower. And then let's shift this around to the other side. So first take both legs around. We're going to start in that chair pose here. Taking the left hand to the back of your chair. Actually extend both arms forward first. Then take that left hand and draw the bowstring back. Keep your gaze forward. And we're going to open that arm all the way here, looking towards your right hand. Inhale the arm forward. Extend the arms again. And then draw that right bowstring back and open the left arm. Inhale to center. Extend both arms and release them down. Let's take that leg over here, right outside the chair. Back, left arm on the back of the chair. Find your foundation here, really flex that back foot, press into the front foot, and then we're going to take that press back with the heel. And then roll over the toes and press the foot down into the mat. Pressing back again, flexing the toes. You can move the ankle a little bit left and right here. Take a little bit of a swivel. It really feels good. Just notice what you're feeling here. When you press it down, you might do the same little rotation on the toes. Taking it back. And then coming forward once more. And then finding that flexed foot. Lift the right arm to the sky. And as you exhale, cross the midline of your body. Bring the right hand to the back of your chair. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rotate left. Continue to breathe. Always modify. Or find a variety or a variation that works for you. Inhale, lift the right arm back up. Exhale to lower. And let's come around to the front. Keep the legs nice and wide, but walk the feet out so that the ankles are again below the knees. Taking your hands into prayer. Take the right elbow down to the right thigh. Press into the prayer and lift your left shoulder. Use the core to come to center and take the left elbow down. Taking that press again, opening up the shoulder. Inhale to center, release the hands down. Walk the feet back in. And come a little closer to the edge of your chair, but make sure that both hips are on the chair. Keep the left leg as it is and extend the right leg. Flex the toes towards the shin. Nice long leg. If you need a slight bend in the knees, you don't want to press the knee backward and put too much pressure on the joint, so a little bit of a bend is fine. Take a moment to move your torso to face the extended legs. So it's a little bit of a shift here. Inhale the arms up, and as you exhale, just come to a flat back. No further, don't drop down to the leg. Press the right foot to reach forward. Inhale to come up. Release the hands, take them down to the thigh. And this time, slide down towards your ankle. You might make it to the calf, you might make it to the ankle. Inhale, lift the chest, and as you exhale, let the elbows drop down and round the back. Tuck the chin in and look at your knee. With an inhale breath, start to slide back up and then slide that foot in. We'll take this on the other side. So extending the leg, flex the foot first towards your shin, and then finding that little adjustment here so your torso faces the extended leg. Arms come up, and with a nice flat back, reaching out and forward rather than down, fingertips being pulled away. Take your gaze down towards your foot so there's no pressure on your neck. And then inhale to come up. Release the hands down to the thigh. We're going to slide them down, this time with the rounder spine, coming to whatever place is available. Slightly tuck your chin, round on down. Press into the right foot here to keep you stable. And inhale to slide out. Slide that left foot in And take a moment to just wiggle the legs left and right, windshield wiper them. And then let's come up to stand. We can come back and do some of the leg things at the end. Walk the feet in so that the ankles are behind the knees. We're going to take another variation or layer of chair pose today. So we have a few options. Layer 1, hands at the chair. Layer 2, palms to thighs. Layer 3, arms extended. So take the variation that works for you today. We're going to come up halfway and hover and come back down. So pressing into those feet, begin to lift the hips. The chest stays lifted, the hips stay down. Readjust here. Maybe the knees come back slightly so the hips can sit down and the arms rise. Now slowly take yourself back down, coming down and releasing the hands. So our adding on, we've been doing chair pose for a while. We're going to come on up. We're going to take a little bit of an arm variation here. You can always straighten out the legs and rise up if it's feeling intense. So notice what you need to do. Again, we're back to that Z position with the legs, taking whichever arm position works right for you, pressing into the feet and rising up to our chair pose. Take a moment here, hips back, arms up. And here's the new variation, arms open, palms to sky. Inhale, lift the arms, press through the feet and rise up. Exhale, release. Let's come to stand to the right side of your chair. Let's inhale, arms up again. Take hold of the right wrist and bend towards the chair. Inhale to center, take the left wrist and bend away from the chair. Inhale to center, release the arms down. And come to a balance pose here. If you have that block, I'd like you to grab hold of it. I'm going to take the block and you'll be able to adjust the height to see what's right for you. This way is what we call the lowest height, medium height, tallest. So place the block right beside your chair and your feet will be right outside the block. Take your left hand to the back of your chair. I'm going to cross the right thigh tightly over the left. So the thigh is actually crossing at the top here. That's where the block is going to come in. Bend your hips like we did for chair. Keep the toes on the block. There's a lot more grounding here and a real ability to cross over. So feel the belly, keep your hips and your shoulders in line here. So we're not rolling forward, we're staying right here, pressing. Now, option to take right hand to prayer. Maybe left hand comes to prayer. Here's your balance. The foot is on the block. You can try to maybe come up to the toe or lift the toes gently. You can always keep one hand and experiment with that. So holding your balance, one more breath. And then release by lifting up and uncrossing the leg. Tough stuff. Let's pedal out the feet here. And then we're going to take this on the other side. So the block comes with you. Walking around to the right side of your chair. Block goes closest to the chair. And the feet line up right outside the block. Keep your right hand on the chair initially for balance. And let's take that left thigh over nice and tight, nice and high up. So if you cross down here, you're not going to get that same snug feeling. Again, that block provides you an ability to lift that top leg and make that cross happen. Once you cross, the hips sit down, the foot is on the block. Left hand to heart. Either keep your right hand there or maybe right hand to heart. And then gentle lift of the toes off the block so the balance is yours. Again, you can keep your hand and lift the toes or the hand comes to heart. The toes can stay on the block, all different choices. And if you come out, just be careful like I did. That's how we learn balance. And then take the hand to the back of the chair, start to rise on up, uncross the legs, and shake them out. And then let's come to the back of the chair. Move your block out of the way. I'm going to turn my chair this way so that you can see me. You can do the same. This way you're always on the mat. Let's step that left leg back and wide at a 45-degree angle. So that front knee is in line with the ankle here. Be careful. If you need to readjust, just pull that back foot in a little bit. Bend can be deep, but you just don't want your knee to come forward of your foot. Make that gentle adjustment so the hips can face forward. That back heel can turn out slightly. Little rotation in the foot there for our warrior one. Let's lift the arms to the sky. Always an option to keep your hand on the back of the chair. We are going to play with some variations though with balance without our hands. And open up into your warrior two. So now the hips face the screen and the arms reach out in opposition. Take that back arm and bring it along the waistband here. Flip that front hand and let's take it over the ear. Now a little bit of a different gaze here. Look down towards your back foot. This is a new perspective on Peaceful Warrior. Inhale, come up, find your warrior two. Take that front arm and bring it along the front of your stomach, where your waistband would be. Flip the back palm and take it towards the chair. Another perspective on extended side angle. Inhale, rise back up to warrior two. And if you can continue the small movements with balance, we're going to take this 2 more times. And again, moving at your pace, taking the gaze to the back foot here. Rising up for your warrior two. Taking that front arm along the front of the body and coming over the ear towards the chair. And the last one is yours. If you'd like to linger, linger. If you'd like to hold, hold. We'll all eventually meet in warrior two. And then take that front hand to the back of the chair, sweep the back arm low, and let's step that foot forward. And take a moment to pedal the feet. We'll be taking that on the other side. This time the right foot steps nice and wide, 45-degree angle. That right foot is active, pushing the mat back, front foot pushing the mat forward, hips turned towards the chair. Again, if you need to adjust that stance, I just realized I needed to make my hips rotate to face the back of the chair, and finding warrior one. Shoulders stay away from the ears, the feet ground you while the torso lifts up towards the sky. And let's take that open rotation and find warrior two. Arms reach out. Let the pinky slightly press behind you. Now take that back arm, the right arm, along your waistband. Flip your front palm. Find your peaceful warrior. And then with an exhale, turn your chin down. Look at your back foot. Inhale up, finding warrior two once again. Front arm comes along the belly. Arm comes over the ear to the back of your chair. Legs stay where they are. Arms are moving in crescents. Taking the hand behind, coming into peaceful, different perspective, looking down in the back. Warrior two. Front arm comes front, back arm over the ear. Warrior two. Last one, this is your meditative flow. We'll all meet in Warrior two. Lower that front hand, sweep the back arm and shift the weight, foot comes forward. Face your chair and pedal out your feet. Facing the screen once again, I'm going to take what we did seated, only expand it now to a standing pose. And we won't be using the back of the chair, so come out again to the left side. I will give you an option to use something for steadiness if you need to, but we want to be able to move the upper body here. So this time we're going to step wide and turn the feet in to that goddess pose that we did seated. So when the knees, almost call them elbows, open up, they still stay in line with the ankles. And you have a few options here. If that's not happening, either step the foot a little wider and bend less deeply, or keep the feet together and also take a bend that does not make the knees turn in. You want to be careful that the legs are rotating out here. So finding your goddess pose, we're going to take the hands and take them just as we did before, thumbs in with fingers wrapped around the outside of the thigh. If the balance is off, you can hold on. Otherwise, we're going to use that left thumb to open up the thigh and bring the left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale to center and take this over to your left. Inhale to center. Now, if you need to straighten the legs and unbend, go ahead. Otherwise, we can keep moving to the side twists. One more on each side. Inhale to center. Bring your hands to your heart. Press through the feet. Lift on up. Face the toes forward here so the feet are parallel. Open the arms to shoulder width distance. So the palms are not touching here. The feet are toes facing forward. And let's take that side bend to the left here. Keep the arms framing the face. Inhale to center. Side bend to the right. Inhale to center. Now take the hands into the back pockets here. Toe heel the feet together, hip distance apart. Press the hips forward, draw the shoulders back, and lift the heart and chin. Inhale to center. Exhale, release. Come to stand in front of your chair. If you use a block for triangle, take it and place it on the seat of your chair. We want to remember that in triangle, we're staying sideways rather than rotating down. So it's not how deep that arm goes, but how supported your rib cage is. So let's start by standing right in the center of your chair. Take your hands to your hips to start and step that right foot wide. Now this time, the legs are staying straight. Turn the left toes to face that short edge of your mat. Arms come out to a T. Let the right hip move to the right, reach the left fingers long, and then take them to the block or to the seat of the chair and lift that right arm to the sky. So find what works for you. You can be on a fist if your wrists are not comfortable. You can be on tented fingers. You can be on a flat palm. You can be on the block. Okay, so find that pose that works for you, that shape without judgment. And then press through the feet to come up. Take your hands to your hips and then bend that front knee. Take that left hand back to the chair. Again, it can be on the block. And keep that right shoulder over the left. Take a moment here to readjust. Lift the arm to the sky and exhale it over your ear. So bend the elbow of the left arm, reach away, Press into the right foot and reach the right fingertips away. Inhale, lift back up, let the arms come into a T, take them to your hip, turn the left toes forward and toe heel in. Come to center yourself once again. This time, left leg's going to step nice and wide. Right toes are going to turn to face the back of your mat. Arms open to a T. Shift the left hip away, keep both legs straight. Reach the left arm out first. That's where you find your length. And then take it to that place that's right for you. Left arm comes to the sky. Both legs remain straight. Heart is open. Chest is rotating. And press into your feet. Use that core to rise on up. Take the hands to the hip for a moment and then bend that front knee. Take the arms back out into a T and bring that right palm down, left over your ear. Press into that left foot, reach away with the left hand. Continue to breathe. Then press into the feet, use the core, use the side body, come back up. Hands to hips, turn the right toes forward, and then toe heel in or jump the foot in. Pedal out the feet and come back to sit. We're going to take that right ankle over the left thigh. Couple of options here. Cross at the ankle, cross to a block, or cross to the thigh. So layer 1, 2, 3. Another little thigh move. You can always slide that bottom foot back. It just lowers the thigh a little bit. Doesn't matter where this knee is, as long as you've got that cross and opening here, and energetically, without your hand, press that knee towards the floor. Feel the body do it on its own. Press and release, press and release. And then take the hands out into a T. Take the right hand and bring it outside the foot. Lift the left arm to the sky. This really opens through the shoulder here. And then come back to a T. Lift both arms up to the sky. Press into that left foot to keep you grounded. And let's come forward like we did before with long arms, just reaching forward. Tuck the chin, look down, lengthen the back of the neck. Press the tailbone into the chair and reach away with the hands. And we'll stay here for another breath. Inhale, staying here, exhaling. And then inhale to rise up. Release the hands and take hold underneath the foot and knee and give a gentle cradle rock. This time take hold underneath the thigh and lift the knee up. Lengthen the body. Keep a nice long spine. And then extend that leg out in front. Option to keep the hand here supporting the thigh or take the hands to the side of your chair and take a few flex and points. And then bring the knee right back up and lower it down. And we'll take this on the other side. If you use the block option, bring it over. And one hip may be very different than the other, and each day can be very different. Keeping your hands at the side, sitting nice and tall, press energetically. And I say that meaning feel it as your body does it, without your hand pressing that way. Just you can see that little bit of a movement here, just finding a little bit more space. And then take the arms out into a T. Left arm's going to come to the bottom of the foot. Right arm to the sky. Inhale, open up to your T again, and then rise on up. Palms face one another. Long spine. Tailbone stays planted as you reach away, reach forward. Tuck your chin, gaze down towards the earth, and continue to reach here. Press into that grounding foot to rise up. Exhale to release. Take hold underneath the ankle and knee and give yourself that little cradle rock. And then take hold behind the thigh for a moment. Lift the chest and bring the knee in. Extend the leg out. Option to keep hold behind the thigh or take the hands to the chair and sit up tall and flex and point the foot. And then draw the knee back in and lower it down. Take a moment here with the hands on the chair and just gently side drop the knees. Come back to center. Make sure you're grounded in the chair. We're just going to do one more thing before we come into our final resting pose. So the feet are really rooted down. The ankles are right below the knees. Take your hands to your waist. You're going to lift the right knee up and toe tap it. Keep the knee bent, but toe tap out a little bit further. Lift it up again, toe tap. And this is really engaging your core and working the quadricep as well. Let's take one more. This time, hold the knee for a moment, sit up taller, and then lower the foot. Take the left knee up, and then as you tap, it's a slight tap in front of that foot that's on the floor. So the toes are just coming out, there's still a bend in the knee. Taking two more, that was 3. Really sit up nice and tall here. Last one, hold for a moment, and then lower the foot. Flex your feet and just kind of hit the earth with the ball of the foot, releasing anything. You take them one at a time. Release the hands and come to sit completely on the seat of the chair. Let the body begin to relax here. Walk the feet into a comfortable place. Let the back be supported by the back of your chair. Let the shoulders ease their way down. And you can place your hands with the palms down this time on your thighs. Invite you to close your eyes in Shavasana. Begin to relax the face. Relax any tension in the jaw. Imagine the jaw dropping open, although it's not, but there's no clenching to hold it that way. Soften the tongue. Soften the tension in the eyelids. Relax the shoulders down. Feel length in your neck as the shoulders drop away from the ears. Let the natural roundness in the back. Feel the support of the chair behind it. Let the hips spread wide. Take up more space. Be where you need to be. Soften the muscles in the legs that we've worked pretty intensely today. Soften the calves and the shins. And allow that sense of letting go come from the crown of your head through the midline of your body into your extremities and right down into the soles of your feet. Begin to deepen the breath. Take an inhale through your nose and sigh it out once again, letting everything go. And then gently invite movement into fingers and toes, awakening slowly. No place to rush to, nothing to push the body into. Take this moment for the peace and serenity of the practice to fill you, and perhaps send all of this goodness out to someone else who might be in need of ease of heart or ease of mind today. And then gently bring your hands to heart center. Keep your eyes closed if they are for another moment. If the grass looks greener on the other side, it just might be life reminding you to water the grass you're standing on. May sun shine down upon you, may love fill your heart, and may your inner light guide you on your way. Your practice is a gift, and I thank you for sharing it with me today. Namaste.